Hi, I'm Jack, and welcome back because I just saw Free Guy starring Ryan Reynolds today. It's directed by Shawn, Levy, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys about it. And before we get started, don't forget to follow me on social media. My username is down below on the screen, so don't forget to go follow me on Instagram and Twitter while you're at it. And with that out the way, let's get started. Free Guy follows Guy, a man who works at a bank, and he stumbles across a girl named Millie, and he starts to realize that he is a non-playable character in the background of a video game, and he finds out that he needs to open his eyes and save his world from getting deleted. Let's start with the positives. The acting. Now, the cast is great. Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds. He's awesome. I love him for it. Keep doing what you're doing, Ryan. And I love this dynamic with these characters, especially him and Jodie Comer. And it gets lots of funny moments, lots of heartfelt moments that he delivers alongside her. They both deliver it very well. And he's really funny. And he fits the bill as Guy, who realizes he's his background character and how he reacts to all this. And that's really great. He gives us lots of entertaining moments here and there, and I really liked Jodie Comer in this movie. She was terrific as the female lead of this movie, and I loved, of course, Joe Keery, who played Steve Harrington from Stranger Things, and so was Taika Waititi, and all of these other actors in this movie. They were all really great in this movie, and there are surprise cameos, but I'm not going to mention them, but they were so great. I laughed so hard, and I hope you guys enjoy that part. But yeah, the acting is great. Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds in a good way, and he should keep doing it because I love him for it, and it's always entertaining. And plus, I loved just everybody in the movie does such a good job, and it's really great all around. The movie is also very funny. A lot of the jokes land for sure, and they land really well because the acting is so good in this movie, especially from Ryan Reynolds and Joe Keery and Taika Waititi. It has lots of funny moments here and there, and they're really fun to watch, and they come at the right time. And because of all that, it also has great action sequences, especially with Guy trying to learn of all these things he could actually do because he's a background character interacting with real world people, and that is so fun to see. It's all done so well, and it feels like a true video game movie done right, even though it's not based off of a video game. Oh, and it's also a very creative movie. They do a lot of creative things here and there. You come in watching the trailers expecting it to be like a specific movie, but there's a lot more to it than what you saw in the trailers, especially as the movie markets all this as a comedy of sorts, but it actually has a lot of heartwarming moments and a lot of really emotional ones too in that middle and third act of the movie, and I think they all are done really well, and it doesn't come off in a way where it's undercutting anything or it's being ruined by a joke. No, it lands, and the comedy moments land, but so do all the emotional moments. And not just that, but I also think the movie is very creative too, because there are a lot of moments where, because it's set in a video game world, you have all of these things when it comes to weapons, landscapes, designs, and all these things. It's really cool. It's really inventive, and it does a lot of things that keep the uniqueness alive without feeling like it's overusing the same thing. And because it's so creative, it pops in a good way, and it works really well for this movie as a whole. And I also thought what was really interesting was how, because the lead character is a non-playable character, it also deals with consciousness inside non-playable characters, like AI in games where they have their own minds. And it's a really interesting topic because then it also feels like something from The Matrix and all that. And it's really cool. And I liked how they told the story, especially with the idea of digital consciousnesses. And I thought that's really cool, and I liked how they explored it. And Free Guy has such a great story while at it. It doesn't have moments that drag. It's a very well-paced movie for an hour and 55 minutes, I think. And it doesn't drag for me. All the scenes push the story forward. And even some of the other stuff that's happening outside of the game world is actually really well done because it all ties into this main story, especially with what's happening with Joe Keery's character Keys and Ryan Reynolds' character and Taika Waititi. All of it ties into the movie and it tells the themes and messages really well. And I really like it for that because they did a really good job not only giving us like good performances and good humor and heartfelt moments and all that, but it also delivered a really good story that was worth telling. Taika Waititi is a good villain in this movie. He is a great actor and a great director in real life. He's made some of my favorite movies like Jojo Rabbit and Thor Ragnarok, and I really liked seeing him as the villain opposed to the hero played by Ryan Reynolds. And he had great moments here and there, and I really liked him in this movie. And there are Easter eggs from other series, not just in games, that are used in this movie. I will not spoil what they are because it is something you gotta witness on the big screen. But I loved it. It made me so happy and exciting, and actually it made me clap for a bit because I really liked those Easter eggs and those moments. But you will know what I'm talking about when you see it. If I were to have an issue with the movie, it would be more the fact that I feel like there are some moments that I feel like has a joke, but it wasn't necessarily needed because it was told when they were trying to do something and then they get right to the point anyway, and it feels kind of like, what's the joke needed for? And again, there are like very few scenes, so it does not ruin anything about the movie at all. I just feel like I don't think I would have needed it. And yeah, so not a lot of issues really. It's a fun movie overall, and I do recommend seeing the movie in general. I just had some jokes I feel like just were not needed because I feel like they just didn't feel like they had a place in that moment. In the end, Free Guy was an absolute blast, and it was a fun time at the movie theaters, and it's a movie that I highly recommend seeing on the big screen wherever you are. It's an absolute blast to watch. I'm going to give Free Guy an A-, and you should definitely see it in theaters. So yeah, go see Free Guy. It is one of my favorite films I've seen all year, aside from the Suicide Squad and all that. So yeah, go see it in the theaters. I highly recommend it. It's absolutely worth your money. So, those are my thoughts on Free Guy. What did you think about this movie? Let me know down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And with that said, don't forget to follow me on social media. My username is down below on the bottom of the screen, so don't forget to do that while you're at it. And thank you guys so much for watching. So don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more.
This whole good guy routine is ruining the game. Woo! Terminate him. It's the first time I've ever driven a car before.
I really wish you'd mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah.